Hello and welcome. A little while ago I did a full review of the Wedge Euphonium mouthpiece and I had some sort of mixed feelings about it. It's undeniably a fantastic mouthpiece, but I felt that it didn't make enough of a difference for me to warrant changing it. However, when I got that mouthpiece, Dr. Dave also sent over this. Now this is a 64BR model Wedge cornet mouthpiece. And my experience with this was sufficiently different that I thought it warranted another video. However, I'm just going to talk about the mouthpiece itself in this video. If you want to see more about the experience of buying the mouthpiece and all the rest of the things that are involved with getting a wedge, then I do recommend you check out the video I did on the topic. A link to that will be in the video description below. So my normal cornet mouthpiece is this, which is a Dennis Wick Heritage 5B. And it's a very nice mouthpiece. I really enjoyed playing on this. The design is quite nice and it just felt good to play. However, when I got the Wedge, I actually think I enjoy this a little bit more. The Wedge is a type of asymmetric mouthpiece that differs from normal mouthpieces in a couple of ways. Firstly, the rim of it has a contour. It's got a concavity to it that is designed to sort of fit the natural sort of concavity of your face, or the way your face is shaped. In addition to that, the mouthpiece is very much how do I describe it? The edge of the mouthpiece, the edge of the rim of the mouthpiece is very curved. Unlike something like my Dennis Wick 5B, where the edge of the mouthpiece is very flat, the edge of the Wedge mouthpiece is very, very curved. And that curvature is a lot more subtle on the euphonium mouthpiece, or the larger Wedge mouthpieces. And perhaps that's why I didn't find there was a lot of difference between the Wedge euphonium mouthpiece and my normal Dennis Wick. Whereas with this, the feeling immediately when you go to play it is substantially different. You notice the curvature on the rim, and you notice the curved edges around the edge of the rim. And the result of that is a mouthpiece that I actually really enjoy playing. And now this is my go-to cornet mouthpiece. It has supplanted and dethroned the venerable Heritage 5B that I have been playing for a number of years on cornet. And so much so, I actually took this out on Christmas Eve and played a whole bunch of carols. I enjoyed how it sounded. I think it sounded all right. I'm not a great cornet player, but it sounded acceptable to my ears. But the things that really made the difference for me was not the sound, but the control that I get when I play. I found that the Wedge mouthpiece gives me more control over my vibrato. I can achieve a greater degree of subtlety with the sound selection that I'm able to make on these instruments. And whether or not any of that translates to the person listening is sort of a moot point. The way an instrument sounds in your head when you play is very different to the sound that another person might perceive when you play. However, I thought as the player, the Wedge gave me pretty much all the things that it claims to give. Better endurance, better range, better control, better flexibility, all of those things. I wasn't really able to test things like my high range and stuff like that, because I was just playing Christmas carols, and as the only person playing the lead part, it would have been a bit weird for me to jump things up an octave. But nevertheless, I thought I wanted to do a subsequent video on this if you've watched my video of the euphonium mouthpiece, because the key differences are, I think, related to the differences between their bigger mouthpieces and their smaller mouthpieces. So their bigger mouthpieces, their design is a lot more subtle. The things that you get, the curvature and so forth, is a lot more subtle. And the result of that subtlety was that I didn't really feel the mouthpiece did anything new and exciting for me. Whereas in this cornet package, I feel that the mouthpiece is a lot more, it achieves a lot more of the points that it sets out to achieve. And as a consequence, I am much happier with this mouthpiece. Just a note about wedges though, is that they're not off-the-shelf items. I also have this, which is a Wedge trumpet mouthpiece that I found on an auction site and bought it because it was a lot cheaper than buying the retail versions. And this doesn't really work for me at all. The rim's the wrong size, the cup's a bit weird, and things like that. So this one doesn't work for me. So if you're contemplating buying a wedge, or at least trying one out because they have a money back guarantee on them, I recommend you get in touch with them on their website, talk about what normally works for you, what mouthpiece you play on, what you're looking to achieve, and hopefully they'll be able to make something for you that fits the bill. Don't just buy random off-the-shelf ones and hope they'll fit, because a lot of the time you'll think, no, not for me, and that'll be the end of the concept for you. So don't do that. Go and talk to the people. Yeah. So hopefully this video has been helpful. If you've got any questions or anything you'd like me to address, then please put them down in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching.